Everybody, we finally got ourselves rolling.
Yep.
With me, the big dog, and my co-host, the Dino White.
Holla at your boy.
We had the Series Pizza. Downtown Deep Ellum. And we on Facebook Live. And we got the call-in number tonight. Dino, give us the call-in number for tonight.
Call-in number is 972-251-9758.
And I'm going to do a little logistics, and I'm going to let Dino get y'all together. We're going to get this Facebook Live a little bit closer to us so y'all can join in with us. Dino, go ahead and take over for a moment.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Out of Bounds, man, we have a lot of things that's going on. For the next month, we're going to be at the Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl. I'm not sure about the teams that's going to be at that game. I think it's on the 28th of this month. The 20th this month, SMU is taking on Louisiana Tech at the DXL Frisco Bowl. So we're going to cover that game too. So believe it or not, it's our first, few months. We shouldn't even be nowhere near a press box. So obtaining all these press credentials, meeting the teams, meeting the coaches, meeting the fans, man, it's a good thing. We're blessed as a young media company to come in and do our thing, calling the games the way we want to call them, right, and just enjoying ourselves. That's basically what we're doing.
And that's what we're going to be doing all night for the Pittsburgh Steelers game. Okay, we got some lovely Pittsburgh fans in the building. Naja over there, she done came and joined the squad with us, and it's about to be on tonight. It's about to be on tonight.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk sports all night. We're gonna talk about the college football playoff. Everybody know they've been talking trash about the top four teams that got in. We're gonna talk some NBA, some NFL, and then we're gonna cover this game tonight. I just believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers is on the roll right now. They have a lot of personnel issues, but they're a top team, and they getting it done. They getting it done in Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin's great coach, great head coach. They have several superstars, including Antonio Brown and Bell, running that ball in the backfield. He's one of the most patient runners I've ever seen. And as long as he has a good offensive line, they're going to put up points. Ben Roethlisberger's been up and down most of the season. Some games he had like he want to play, other games he don't. So I don't know what the Pittsburgh Steelers going to do tonight, but they on the road. They playing the Bengals.
Well, you know something? You can look at this, and most Pittsburgh fans are looking at this like easy win. You know, they're gonna put up 20 points. They're gonna beat them by 20 points. You know, but you have to look at the Bengals, man. The Bengals have a good team. You know, they got the Red Rocket under center. They got Giovanni Bernard in the backfield. But the key to the Bengals offense is the offensive line. The right tackle is back and he's healthy, and their left guard, he's their puller. So you got a pulling guard, man. You in business.
But if you think about it, the Bengals have been the disappointing franchise for the longest, man.
Right.
They can't be consistent to save their life. I think if you talk about the quarterback position, they went through 5 or 6 quarterbacks in the last 6 or 7 years. Okay, it seems like every year they got a new quarterback. They have A.J. Green, who's an all-star every single year. But then there's nobody on the other side of A.J. Green for him to, be able to capitalize on one-on-one matchups more often than not.
Right. But you know something? One thing I can say about the Cincinnati Bengals, when they're on the road, they're on the road. You have to get hot in December. Me and Naja was talking about that coming. She was like, do you know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are 14-2 in the last 3 years in December? So guess what? In December, it counts. It counts in December. So I have to take my hat off to her because she's a beat writer for Pittsburgh, and she's covering what she needs. She's bringing something to the table that I didn't even know, because I'm not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I love football, but she understands the team that she covers.
Now, I'm not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, but They do have 6 championships, and
Right.
they do have one recently. So you have to be some type of fan for winning. If you're just not a fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers, you like the way they play defense. You like how grimy they are, man. You like how, well, I hate they got rid of Dick LeBeau, which was probably a mistake because he's a Hall of Fame in himself. But you like the way they play defense. You like the way they grimy. You like the way they like to go up top. Ben Roethlisberger has one of the biggest arms in the game when he wants to throw it.
Right, right.
But I don't know. The identity of the Pittsburgh Steelers is what bothers me a lot of times. You know,
Okay.
you have crybabies over there, you know, and you got Antonio Brown. I think Antonio Brown is an exceptional talent. I also think he's a whiny crybaby too. So you're going to get both of them. You're going to get the exceptional player who nobody can guard. He's going to run routes. He's going to take off down the field. He's one of the fastest wide receivers in the game. But then when he ain't getting involved, he's going to throw everybody else up under the bus. He's going to be crying and whining like a punk. That ain't football to me.
Well, you know, so you have to look at it this way. Like ESPN, at right now in this junction, right before the game, ESPN have the Pittsburgh Steelers at 62.4% to win the game, right? Okay. Now, the only way that Cincinnati can be able to compete, they cannot allow them to run their plays. They have to make them make plays. Okay. That's the key. So now you're thinking, well, who's on the other side of the ball? You have to look at the Cincinnati Bengals. You have to look at who they have on defense, their cornerbacks. Now, the cornerbacks is going to take a lot of flack. But you have, what, Pac-Man Jones on the other side of the ball. Pac-Man is, what, 50, 55? Then you have Burt. Now, Burfict is on the other end.
Yeah,
but,
now Burfict is a player. You got to give Burfict a prop.
I will.
But is Burfict a linebacker?
Yep.
So you're really talking about one side of the field that's kind of outdated in Pac-Man Jones. Then you talk about the other side of the field. You don't even know who's on the other side of the field.
Right.
And there's nobody over there really consistent. And you got Burfict who's holding it down in the middle, and they do have a pretty good defensive line. But if you can't get nothing from the offensive side, it goes to show. Just like Wisconsin the other night. Okay, Wisconsin played terrible. Quarterback's play was terrible for the Wisconsin Badgers against Ohio State. They should have beat Ohio State at home. When you're talking about a 12-0 team that can only muster 6 points, 2 field goals on the offensive side of the ball, and you 12-0, and you playing at home in front of your crowd, and it's the championship game.
Well, you know something? It's you know, a lot of teams that come in and play these high octane offenses, and you know they go about. You know, Coach used to tell us, he would say, "Listen, man, before we play this team, do not read the newspaper. If you read the newspaper, you're gonna get caught up in the hype on how good these players are, and these guys are the same as you."
That's right.
So you find those guys and saying, "Look, man, this is a real good team, but the team." It's beatable. Everybody can get beat.
Everybody can get beat on any given Sunday. And just like last night, is a perfect example last night. You got the Philadelphia Eagles, who's been rolling through the league,
right,
put 30 points on everybody.
Right.
But I said it, and you can go back and read the last show. You can go check out the last show. They went into Seattle.
Yep.
It's a different monster when you go and play a team, even though they don't even have Sherman, who's their best cornerback.
Yep.
But when you play a collective team defense consistently, then somebody can step in that role when you got a nice front four that can get up on your body, they can clog up the lane and cause you have to get outside the paint, do something different. Not going to let you run the ball because the Eagles are run first. Well, they look like they're a passing team.
Right.
But a lot of their plays are created off of the run game. Carson Wentz, you got to give it to him. You're having an MVP season, but they went into Seattle and the 12th man got rid of him last night.
That's right.
And then Russell Wilson, excuse me. Russell Wilson is the most underrated superstar that nobody talks about, and I hate that.
Right.
I hate that they don't talk about how great Russell Wilson is in the same breath as Tom Brady, and he ain't even been playing in the league as long as Tom Brady. You know, but he already got a Super Bowl championship.
Right.
He got a runner-up to the Super Bowl the next year. And every year the Seattle Seahawks are in the run.
That's right. And you know something, last night it proved the point. I was telling someone yesterday about, the game. We talked about the game. I told you in my article on Out of Bounds Sports, the Eagles went into Seattle, thought they were going to get an easy win, do the electric slide, do the bumper car, do the bump, and the Y2 said all they got hit right in the mouth. They got hit in the mouth, and they couldn't shake it. That first lick, first play of the game, he came out and they showed them the Legion of Boom imposed their will. They let them young pups get out there, and them young pups are hungry, and they showed the Eagles just how important they were.
Well, listen, I'm going to tell you, I grew up in the era where they said defense wins championship,
yes, sir,
and offense sell tickets. And that's what happened last night. The Seattle Seahawks showed that defense is always better than offense.
Right,
so
right.
We're going to have a short commercial break, and we're going to be back. We're going to talk a little bit more when we come back. This is the big dog and my co-host, Dimension Dino, right? You're on the Out of Bounds Sports Show. We're going to holler at you in a few.
December, I think of places far away, and I surrender. I'm swept up by the magic in the song. I hear that summer samba, and I'm warm all winter long. You think my goals are out of reach? Call me a dreamer. I close my eyes, I'm on the beach at Ipanema. I feel.
You're listening to the Out of Bounds Sports Show. This broadcast is brought to you by Z-Web, state-of-the-art web designing and technical support for your small business needs. Contact Z-Web Designing at ZERAHORN@gmail.com for your appointment today. Z-Web, it's the obvious choice. And now, the big dog and Dino. You're listening to the Out of Bounds Sports Show. We provide affordable commercial, web, and magazine advertising. For more information, visit us at outofboundswithazsports.com or email us at outofboundswithazsports@gmail.com. You can tweet us at Out of Bounds with a Z Sports Show or like our Facebook page at Out of Bounds with a Z Sports. Don't run out of time. Get out of bounds.
All right, everybody, we back. We back on the Out of Bounds Sports Show. This is the big dog. We just pulled up with an amazing pizza. This is absolutely crazy. Y'all hold on for a second. Get this pizza. Damn, a little bit of it. That's what I'm talking about. Where the head at?
Isn't that the small one?
Nah, that's the big one.
That's a big one? Okay. But it's serious.
This is what I'm talking about, everybody. If you're over here, come join us. A serious pizza.
That pizza's serious.
This is a serious pizza. You don't know nothing about this piece right here. This piece is serious.
Serious.
But we